Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Oh shit. Okay, we would like to introduce to you guys our great friend Jeremy FitzPatrick.
How you guys
He
doing?
is the Ghostbuster. What would you call yourself?
Paranormal investigator and eliminator.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
We're ready to believe you.
For the right
That's how the
price.
commercial goes,
Yeah.
right? For the right price.
No job is too big, no fee is too big.
He is a great person. He's a really good guy.
You're only saying that because I'm sitting here.
No, you're not. I'm serious. This is probably one of the
We have known it yet. No, he is getting into that. You are easily.
One of the nicest human beings I have ever met in my life.
It's bizarre.
He is
how
very
kind he is.
Yes.
It's just like it could be the one person that will find that like well, just think about how they got there, man. Like think about what may have caused that to be. No matter how, I mean, there's probably a limit, but
Yeah,
like
there
things
is.
that we're bitching about, being like this motherfucker, and he's like, dude, just come on, man. Like let's. I'm just like, dude, you have every reason as well to want to just.
He's very humble. He's always in a good mood no matter what is going on in his life. So Jeremy, we really appreciate you being here. If anybody wants to follow him on Facebook, his Facebook name is Crossing the Stream with Ghostbuster.
Nice. You never cross
Ghostbuster
the
J,
stream.
sorry.
No. Important safety.
He's always putting up funny stuff. And you also put up like what else do you put up? Like inspirational quotes, right? You do some of that as well, I think.
Every once in a while.
remember.
Not.
But mostly funny,
Yeah,
right?
mostly
Yeah, it's
funny.
mostly funny.
That's
It's mostly funny. And Ghostbuster J is the TikTok
Yes.
and YouTube.
No, his YouTube is
excuse
Ghostbuster
me.
J86.
80s. I'm sorry.
Excuse me,
86.
sir. I got that written down.
I didn't plan on having a multimedia empire when I made the different bank
86.
accounts.
We're big time, bud. But Tyler, there's
It's
something.
your favorite number, right?
That's the year I was
Natural.
born.
What,
so-
86? Okay, so before we start with all your Ghostbuster
It's
things, there is something that I want to point out.
Don't pick his nose.
Ew. What are you doing?
Nothing.
It's gross.
I'm investigating.
Um,
He's in my space. I'm going to move him. This thing is awesome.
it is, but it's kind
He
of
will
blocking.
be back.
It's
Shit,
blocking.
you know what the best part about this is?
His back.
You guys kind of, Jeremy, can you give me a hand holding him just so I don't drop him? Thank you, sir.
That's hell yeah,
Bro,
hell yeah.
he has no business being that thick.
That's a very detailed ass. I can see.
Holy cow!
Hell
Looks
yeah.
like he should be in a Pixar movie.
What? For real?
Yeah.
What's that made out of?
Feels
Foam
like-
rubber, I think.
I was gonna say it's.
It's from Spirit Halloween. If anybody wants to buy one.
Okay. So Tyler, Jeremy, I've known Jeremy for a couple years. He's,
Yeah, you've known him longer than I have. We all got to know each other by closely by working together
yes.
and
At the place.
at the place.
At the place of business we all work.
Business, stocks, bonds, and such.
But I figured to get into, because Jeremy here has seen a side of me that you have never seen, and only very few people ever witnessed. And that was me getting really, really pissed off. I mean, really
Like-
pissed off.
Like more pissed off than you've been in here.
Yes.
Like blackout.
Like
pissed
I
off.
blacked out, pissed off, and
Oh.
I don't remember, but Jeremy remembers.
Oh.
I was there.
So I'm gonna.
That's
I think it'd be great to just kind of tell this story real quick, and then Jeremy can fill in on his perspective. You've heard a little bit of this story, Tyler, before, but not the whole thing.
Okay.
It started out when I was in Frozen, and Jeremy here was in Dairy, and the other coworker in the morning, he was just a piece of shit. Couldn't work, all that good stuff.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. Not
Yeah,
good.
Right.
couldn't, well, he couldn't work either.
Yeah, it couldn't
I mean,
work. Didn't.
So I opened the freezer door, and the whole back freezer is filled with pallets.
The entire freezer.
The entire
It's
freezer
all
is
the way
filled
to the
with
door.
pallets. Yeah. So I'm instantly.
And
throw-
you came in at like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They had been there all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
throwing.
a nice
I'm
street
throwing.
to walk into.
Yeah, I'm throwing F-bombs and slamming
No way.
doors. Oh yeah, dude, this is getting.
I think that's the first time he's ever used the term F-bomb and not
And
said
not the
fuck.
actual word.
Yeah.
Right. Well, for now, I'm trying to be, a little cleaner. New year, new me. I'm trying to be a little clean. Anyway,
Doesn't want to
Um,
get a sheet dirty.
yeah. So Jeremy, of course, hears me. You know, he's minding his own business, and he just hears me just going off.
Coming out of the dairy cooler.
So-
I'm like,
so-
what the hell is going on out
Yeah,
here?
so he comes to check in on me, you know, and then I'm venting to him, and he's kind of going through the same stuff, and, you know, we're just venting.
Yeah, it was a mess in dairy that day, too.
Yeah, and the manager at our old store has like a little upstairs area, and the grocery manager was upstairs, you know, fucking around doing something, I don't know, but and he goes and he's like, hey, what's going on down there?
Poked his head over the edge of the
Oh,
thing,
from-
looking into the back.
from upstairs.
From
Yeah.
upstairs.
Okay.
And I just start, and what did I tell him, like, to shut up or something, Jeremy?
Eventually, you got to that point. It was like, you know, what's the problem? What's going on? Why are you so upset? And it's like, the guy that was here in the morning didn't do anything, and he left me this huge mess, and now I have to do this all by myself, and you guys expect too much, and blah, 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 blah. And, like, you said something. I don't remember what you said. And he was like, we'll talk to him about it. We'll discuss it.
That
And
flipped me the fuck out.
Yeah, that
dude.
was the switch. That was the switch. You ain't going to do shit.
Dude,
And he goes, excuse me? He goes, you're not going to say shit. You guys never do.
oh, I went off, dude.
Was it like a Vietnam flashback of like an ex or something? We're gonna discuss this when you.
I don't know, but I
The
got
manager definitely had a Vietnam flashback.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
that guy was...
still to Jeremy.
1,000-yard stairs.
Yeah.
Jeremy, still to this day, he will not look at me in the eyes
I don't believe
when he
him.
walks into the store.
He almost died that day, so
Dude.
yeah, it's a good thing that he
I'm going to be honest with
Don't
you.
look
Beat
in
him
the
with the
eyes,
pallet.
yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. If
A
he
full pallet. Will would have picked that whole pallet up and smacked him
if
with
he
it.
was downstairs, I might have laid hands on him. That's how blacked out pissed I was.
Yeah.
Like, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
If he
I
was
remember.
downstairs and near me, I might have put hands on him because I was so frustrated.
He
But
was a little guy, too. You probably would have thrown him across the
but that's not the that wasn't
No,
the point.
no, I'm
You
saying,
know, I
like,
wasn't
it
like I
would've
was
been very
picking
easy.
on him
Yeah.
or thinking I was tough. He's a manager and he wasn't doing a good job. And I got so sick because it wasn't the first time I've addressed it.
No, had happened multiple times.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just got so pissed off and then he just gave me the same spiel.
We'll talk to him.
And I just blacked out. And Jeremy's just like, and like I said, I don't remember after he said that. I don't remember.
But guess what? It got fixed.
Hey!
But the whole store heard
You
about
gotta
it.
be piss, bitch, and moan till you're blue in the face to get anything done in this country.
But the whole store heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
Like they all heard about
And
it.
I only told like 3 people.
And they were surprised that I didn't get fired.
Right, he is that meme of Brad Pitt as Achilles in Troy, where they're just like, you can't talk like that to a manager. It's like, that's why no one will remember your name.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But I had a legit reason to.
You did, but no, yeah, you weren't just saying it just to be a dick.
Yeah, I
You had
wasn't like
real
just a
reason.
regular disgruntled employee. Like
It wasn't the first time. This is a build-up.
yeah. So that was one. So he had.
And you didn't really get along with the other guy anyway, so
Yeah. No.
he could have left you one pallet in there, and
Well-
it wouldn't have been nuclear, but it would have been a tactical strike.
Right. But you see where he ended
You're
up.
getting
Yeah,
cluster
you know.
bombed
yeah,
a little
right,
over
yeah.
here.
Yeah. I mean, it would have
It's
been
gonna
like
be subtle.
it would have been like a cruise missile, and
Yeah.
it would have been okay. But I just fucking
The
dropped
sheet
the
is
nuke.
getting worse.
It is.
You're progressively getting blinder as the interview
Yeah,
goes
it's
on.
okay. We're still doing good. This is awesome. But yeah,
Well, and you may be wondering why we have a Ghostbuster,
and you.
I'm just here for the booze.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there's nothing new there.
but you have your own YouTube channel, and you've just been starting. What is Haunt You? Is it
Haunt University, but yeah, we
University.
call it Haunt,
Haunt
You.
You?
Yeah.
It's clever. It's catchy. I like it. I've subscribed. Go check it out. Haunt You, Ghostbuster J
On
86.
Yep, on YouTube.
On YouTube. Like and subscribe. We would really appreciate it. Friend of the show.
Thank you.
But getting into some of those videos that you did, the first one that I remember watching from you for Haunt You, and that was even as you were just producing that kind of content.
Yeah.
You were already doing others.
Yeah, I was already doing the stupid stuff on TikTok.
Right.
The lip syncing
This
and
shit's
everything
good
else,
on
yeah.
TikTok, dude. I love it. I love it. The one you did today, it was from
the-
Ghostbusters
at the
2.
convention? Yeah.
Yes. Explain that one.
Okay,
'Cause
so-
it's gonna go right over his head, but I
Yeah,
love
Will won't get this reference, and 90% of you probably won't either. But that's okay.
it. You
because
fucking better. These movies made us. Damn it.
The 10 people that get it, it's gonna be great. So the bad guy from Ghostbuster 2, Vigo the Carpathian, big guy in the painting. So we have one we set up at all of our events, and I've been doing ghostbusting for 12 years, and as these two will attest, I love puns and I love stupid jokes. And the fact that this one had never dawned on me irritated the shit out of me. So in Ghostbusters 2, he's trying to possess a baby, and the baby's name is Oscar. Mm-hmm. Well, this woman walks past the booth, and she goes, this guy was really big in the late 80s. He almost took home an Oscar.
Zing! They even got him in the tub!
Yeah.
The ooze!
Yep.
He was taking a bath. That scene legitimately terrified me.
The bathtub scene?
My grandmother. We were first time I saw Ghostbusters 2, I was in Montreal with my parents. Ryan and Matthew weren't even born. They weren't even conceived at that point.
They weren't even a thought in your parents' head.
Nope. I hadn't become a disappointment yet.
But you were close.
Oh, this
I
was
was
very
close.
early.
But you were close. You were on the
I
path.
was close.
Yeah, you were on the path.
I saw Ghostbusters 2 when we were out renting movies. And first of all, it was interesting because you really had to start digging in that video store because in Montreal, which is in Quebec, you have the French movie and the English movie. So I had to make sure that this was going to be in English.
So what is Ghostbusters in French?
I have no fucking clue.
It's just them speaking in French.
I know, but like the title. Like in Spanish, it's like Cosma Fantasma or something like that.
I'm
I
sure
have no idea.
I'm sure it's just
I have
Ghostbuster.
no idea. I'll have to ask my mother. But I remember the first time Vigo kind of reveals himself as an entity in that movie is when, because he's a painting, and his face just, like Freddy Krueger's out of the wall, it just goes and right back in. And my grandmother just, oh, no. And she was not about to want that, like, startled her. And it kind of freaked me out, too. I might have been, like, 8, 9 years old, and I'm like,
Well, that's scary, but like
it was scary.
2
Some
has a
things
lot
actually
of really
scared me.
scary moments in it.
Ghostbusters 1, even. I had to leave the room when Sigourney Weaver is taken by...
The arms out of the chair.
Oh my god! And it covers her mouth, and then the chair's doing its own thing. It pulls her in. I'm like, nope. I'm like, it genuinely terrified me, and I didn't want to sit on the furniture for a little bit. Like, it was weird. I had to go through the motions, but I got better.
So I do want to bring up like your charity work, but in a little bit. But
yeah.
I think there is something like I may have asked you, but I completely forgot because I have a lot of things on my mind. But like
no sheet.
What again with the puns? Never gets
I know
old.
you say this isn't the Chuckle Hut, but it's gonna be.
It's not the Chuckle Hut, but what got you into like Ghostbusters? Like originally, like out of everything, what made Ghostbusters it?
So I grew up loving Ghostbusters. Like the cartoon and both of the movies came out. Well,
Cartoon.
The original movie came out before I was born, but
Right.
Ghostbusters 2 came out in '89, so I was a few years old when that came out. And then the cartoon, and I watched all of that, and I had all the toys and the action figures and the equipment that Hasbro came out with forever and a day ago. And always loved it, and continued to love the movies through the rest of my life. And I had some friends that did cosplay stuff. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll do a Star Wars cosplay or something. And then
I'd be going to see the girls in all the spandex. Like, where are the Street Fighter bitches at?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
I'm
You
saying, man.
You guys should do a con episode.
We
yeah.
should go to a con,
Dude.
man. I would love to see Elvira.
Oh,
That's my shit.
I would love to go down there.
But,
We should.
Anna Prince will be there, too. She's an ex-porn star. Hey, there's girls there.
Yeah.
That's usually not why most guys go to conventions.
Eh.
Do most of them know that she is?
Well, actually, comic books. So I had friends that did cosplay, and I was like, I'll do a stormtrooper or Boba Fett or something like that. And I started looking into it, and it was like a cheap set, like was $1,500, and I was like, well, that's not in the budget.
Jeez.
And like Ghostbusters, I really loved Star Wars at that point, but like Ghostbusters was always on the back burner. And I was like, I had friends that did Ghostbusters, and I was like, why not? I can throw together a flight suit that's, it's like $100 for the patches and the flight suit and all the other stuff. the proton packs, if you want a good one, just the pack alone is about $1,500. So I didn't get away from the expensive stuff.
Right.
Switch me on.
Yeah. Unlicensed nuclear accelerator. Never had a completely successful test.
No.
Blame myself. So do I. Yeah. Beyond bad puns, I also memorize movies for absolutely no reason.
So it was more of a financial decision for you, I guess. But not only
why I went with Ghostbusters, yes, and then like
you had people already that you
I
knew
had
that
friends
did
that
it.
yeah.
That
and,
would make it easier for me to make that decision.
So
as well.
the first thing that really got me into it, and the reason I wanted to do it, is in 2009 they released Ghostbusters the video game, which at the time, like, it had all the original actors and like their likenesses and stuff. Was basically a third movie, and they were having a midnight release at GameStop when they used to still do that, and they were the Ghostbuster group that I had friends in was gonna be there, and I was like, nah, I'll dress up and go to it. We'll see how it goes. And like, through years of retail, I kind of came out of my shell a little bit, but I was nowhere near as, far out and annoying as I am now. But between, so I got...
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah,
say
Will would
that.
say that. You don't have to. Will will say it for both of you. But...
you make it sound like I'm so mean. Like, come on, bud. I'm a little
He's a big
nicer than
teddy
that.
bear.
Come on now.
You tease, anyways.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
gotta,
okay.
I gotta
That's
bust.
okay.
I have to bust balls. Someone's
Yeah.
gotta bust
All of us
balls
do. That's the best thing to do.
and keep you in check. Jesus.
But yeah, no. So I went to that, and it was fun. And then the guy that runs my group, his wife is a leukemia survivor.
Okay.
So they do a lot of Relay for Life and Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, Light the Night Walk stuff, and started doing that, and kind of got into the fundraising aspect of it, and then it's all downhill from there.
Rest is
Yeah.
history,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah, I will.
It's fantastic to take something like that and use it for good, so to speak.
Well, and that like
What are you gonna
dressing
do?
up and doing it like
Doing it for the clout, like
there,
like you guys
unfortunately there are cosplayers
There,
who do that.
right, and that's what I mean. Is there's a lot of people that have a huge following in the cosplay community where it is all about. It's like, and I get it. It's not your fault, but you just happen to be like a Diana Prince, right?
Yeah.
You did porn for a while, and now you're like the top of the chain, the food chain in the cosplay community, and it's like, well, is that really fair? Like, you guys were doing that kind of stuff without, and you guys do have a following, but that's another reason why we're trying to promote Haunt You, is like, I watched those several times the other day and being like, because I am a bit of a skeptic.
Well, that's okay. To
If you didn't notice from the atheist episode, it doesn't end there for me. It's like, do you believe in ghosts? I know we're talking about cosplay and ghosts, and it's fun to do that kind of stuff, but at your core, would you say, like, or spirits? Explain it, because I've seen the videos of Haunt You, so just to give them a taste. Don't give them all of it. You need to go to the channel. Don't give them all of it, but go ahead and run through the two.
So I don't really cover this in the videos, but I believe in the possibility of ghosts. Kind of like you in the UFOs.
I like that answer.
It's something that happens that is unexplainable. So does that mean?
Oh God.
Go ahead.
You're fine. That's not the taser one.
Okay. Oh boy.
So yeah.
Am I gonna get shocked?
No.
Don't. Oh my God. What are you doing?
It's you would get it if you
I
had
couldn't
seen
see.
Ghostbusters.
I couldn't see either. So I couldn't really see what he was
Touch,
doing.
I mean, his finger didn't go through you.
I didn't know what that was. So.
Just checking. Must be some hell of a cockroach.
Wow.
Bite your head off, man. But it's a Ghostbuster quote too, Will.
Yeah.
But no, like, there's stuff that happens in the world that people don't understand, whether it's UFOs or ghosts or cryptids like Bigfoot and stuff like that. So the possibility of it being ghosts or interdimensional beings or whatever the fact may be, yes. I've had weird stuff happen. I've had weird stuff happen to people in my family, so that there's something weird that's happening. Whether or not it's actually human spirits, who knows? But I believe in the possibility of ghosts.
What's happened? Because you said you've had somewhat of a thing.
I've never seen a ghost. I've heard things, but it's hard to be if ghostbusting were a real profession and not just cosplay and, you know, fictional stuff, you would have to be a skeptic to get somewhat skeptical to get through the job, because, you know, there could be a squirrel in somebody's attic and they're going to freak out. Oh my God, there's a ghost in the attic.
Right.
And everything's a ghost.
I feel like a lot of haunted hotels do that kind of stuff.
Old steam pipes and stuff.
Just to get people to come in and do that.
Well,
and they're upstairs going, let's scare them at 3 a.m.
Well, Sci-Fi has that show where they go into haunted, like abandoned houses and stuff, and they got
Ghost Hunters?
and
Ghost
exactly.
Adventures.
Do any of those? Do any of those machines actually work, or is it just all?
Boy.
I have never used any of them, because as much as I have always wanted to, I have never been on a real ghost investigation. I've just done cosplay stuff.
Right, okay.
But in theory they work, because one of the theories with ghosts is that they manipulate electromagnetic frequencies, and like when a ghost manifests, it's pulling energy out of the environment, and that's why the environment gets cold whenever there's a ghost, because it's drawing the heat out of the room. So in theory those could work. But it's hard to tell. Like, you know, Ghost Adventures is a guilty pleasure of mine. I love watching the idiots get scared by absolutely nothing. Like, oh my God, what was that? Like, it's great. Like,
right.
You guys have been on the
Dave
air.
just hit the wall.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys have been on the air for 20 seasons, and you're still freaking out about.
Still scared at that point. You might be a seasoned vet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Is there a difference like between ghosts and spirits, or is it like the same thing?
Spirits, they sell at the liquor store.
Yes. Yeah, wrong type of spirits.
And you gotta wonder why they call it spirits, right? You ever known somebody that after they have several drinks, they become a different person, whether good or like they're a little overly lovey, and it's really not how they are.
Possessed by the booze,
right? You know what I mean? Like, so the older generations were like, "Oh, it's a spirit." You know, that's called spirits. Wine and why else would it be called that?
Right.
Come on, fact check me, please.
I don't know.
I did
not. Yeah, that's. But like for you, I know sometimes they, instead of using ghosts, they'll use spirits. Like, so I was just wondering if is there even a difference, or is it the same thing?
Well, no,
there different language?
Yeah, well, so
an apparition. It's
haven't
just a
covered.
different word, right?
Well, no, there are.
Oh,
there
okay.
are. Okay, so
the doctor is in.
So I cover this in the first two videos in Haunt You, so I'll briefly cover some of it. But there's, in theory, two different types of hauntings. There's residual hauntings, which are basically things that have happened in the past that got absorbed into like the building materials, like wood or stone or whatever like that, and they just kind of play back on repeat like a tape. So it's called the stone tape theory.
Oh my God.
Stone tape theory. So it's, you know, that's like, you know, if somebody died in Tyler's bedroom 20 years ago, and, you know, you hear...
Why are you saying this?
Because a lot of pussy's been dead in that bedroom. So.
If Oliver dies in that bed...
Oh, that's not what I was talking
That will
about.
be
okay,
the greatest joke ever.
So, like...
But you're right.
If that happened, and he meowed right before it happened... I'm not saying it will,
but
go
with
if
it.
he meowed as he was dying, and that energy was absorbed into the building materials, and then you were to hear meowing when you had no cat, or little pitter-patters, or, you know, stuff like that. That would be a residual haunting. There's... That too. Yeah. But that would be a residual haunting. There's not an actually intelligent entity there. There's not something there that, you know, can interact with you.
So that's what I mean. That's where he gets me. I don't believe in ghosts. I made that clear on the atheist interview. Like, it doesn't end there. But I was also talking about how in that, like, okay, God is in everything and ever was and always will be, and energy can't be created or destroyed. But I don't believe in ghosts. That theory kind of makes me turn myself on my head a little bit, being like, all right, well, I do believe in energy.
And you got to think
and
about it, too.
energy gets dispersed like that. Who's to say that... Now, I've never experienced anything aside from the UFO sighting, but like in paranormal... with
people
spirits.
don't. That's kind of like, you know, seeing a UFO. It's
Right.
not something that the majority of people are ever going to experience.
Because I had a childhood friend. I'm forever the skeptic with stuff. I had a childhood friend whose grandmother was in great health. So she got their spare bedroom, and she ended up passing away while living there with them under their care, which was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
They were just making her comfortable. She got to be with her family, and she died in her rocking chair. And, you know, in the middle of the night, they say they hear that rocking chair going back and forth, and one night I'm sleeping over there, and they're telling me, hey, they're trying to scare me. I went and sat in the damn chair. Nothing happened. I rocked the chair. I didn't hear no rocking. I came a knocking, so to speak. Nothing happened. But that still kind of makes sense. Because who is to say? Is it because they know I'm there? And they're like, we're not going to do it now. Like when something's wrong with your car and then you take it to a mechanic and then he's like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. If I were a ghost, I think I would be like, this guy doesn't believe in us.
Right.
We'll show him.
You think you'd want to...
Yeah.
You know.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there?
What's the other type of haunting? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No,
with
you're
that
fine.
one.
Well, and like to go into what you said, the energy not created or destroyed.
Mm.
If you look at every, you know, as far back as like cave paintings, even before written language, there has always, in every civilization, there has been some sort of afterlife thing. So,
with the
you know,
spirit realm.
Or gods. That
Yeah, or
sometimes
gods.
they would do gods
Yeah.
and up in the
Yeah.
sky or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
yeah.
like, if that crosses all boundaries as far as civilizations, like even, you know, civilizations that never had contact with each other until way later, all have, you know, myths and legends about ghosts and stuff. So
Right.
there's something to it.
Right.
Whether or not it's dead people.
To me,
Who
I
knows?
think it's because we just can't comprehend the loss. Like, I feel like human beings have a really difficult time with unfinished business.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, when
Which
it comes...
leads into one of the other.
Right.
Yeah. No, go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah,
Finish
that's
your thought.
fantastic. That's a
Finish
good
your thought.
segue. Okay. But, like, you know, you have a loved one. Like, when I encountered death for the first time, I was 8 years old. It was my dad's father. And he died on September 12th, 1998, which now there's a meme because after 2001 and September 11th, there's a meme now going around like, I miss September 12th. We were all together. We were all one. What a lovely day. And I'm like, yeah, my fucking grandfather died on it. 4 years prior, but, and it was difficult, so I totally understood, like, and that's what I mean, the atheist episode, you know, my parents, like, it's okay, because I broke down, I was just emotional,
Yeah.
I could not stop wailing the whole time. You thought I was a Muslim woman at a wake, just wailing forever, like,
Right.
the viewing, the service, the burial, I think I was exhausted at that point.
You're
But
crying when you're eating the green bean casserole
Yeah.
afterwards.
This is delicious. But it's like, it's almost like I can't let go of that. We'll see you again. I can't. Nah, there's got, you know. But and like I also said, we didn't really experience it, but we all know what before being born was like, right? No. So like I said, it's probably like that, and we just can't. Like, this is the end of the line kind of thing, and you will be absorbed back into it, and it's really okay. Like, we just can't, like, I'll see you again kind of thing. It's like, no, not really. Like, you just... Like, that's what my mom somewhat agreed with me when she's like, you know, thanks, Mom. You know, when she's talking to her. She's like, no, she's not. I don't really think she's going, oh, like, I'm there all the time. I'm watching you all the time. Like, you watching me jerk off, too? Like, you watching me...
I would hope she's not watching your mom drink.
I would hope not too, but if that's the case and we're all seeing that he's a bit of a perv now.
Do you think, like, is it a thing, like, whether a person dies or anything living dies, does it stay in that area, like for eternity, or...
So the other type of haunting, not residual,
right,
but
yeah.
intelligent hauntings, and there's multiple brackets under that, poltergeists and, you know, all kinds of other things within there.
Here, this house is clear.
But
Up to the light!
Sorry.
no, you're fine. Never apologize for quoting movies to me. It's
Right?
fine.
I'm apologizing.
Yeah,
He's just like
he doesn't know you're quoting
the
movies. so
brooding
it's okay.
ghost.
Yeah.
Listen, Jeremy, I can't, you know, I just accept it. You know, he has little outbursts. He's special. So
It's like
just,
masks are back though. There's no
I just accept
expression. I can't see what's happening.
you don't want to.
But like intelligent hauntings would be like if somebody gets murdered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Sixth Sense?
No.
why am I not surprised?
It's all good.
Anyway, so Bruce, it's been out for 30 years.
Yeah, I know the movie.
Okay,
I just never watched it.
If you haven't
but-
seen it, there's going to be a spoiler here. So if you haven't
If you
seen
haven't
it, come back in
seen
like
it, yeah.
10 seconds.
No, they deserve it because how long has it been
It's
out?
been out a long time.
Yeah, you haven't seen it now.
Late
just
90s.
Let it roll.
So Bruce Willis
Let it eat. Why did I say
dies
that?
in that movie at the beginning of the movie. And he goes through the rest of the movie not knowing that he's dead. And he's a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
So he treats this kid throughout the movie, and the kid can see ghosts. I see dead people. That's
Right.
the
Remember that
famous
shit?
quote
Yeah.
from that. And at the end of the movie, Bruce Willis finds out that he's dead, and he moves on. So he stayed behind because he didn't know he was dead. So he just went out about his business, doing his job. Like, talk about a dead-end job. That's, Okay. Yeah, thank you. Chuckle.
Was that a Shyamalan video or movie?
Yes,
M.
M.
Night-
Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan has the best concepts for films that do not deliver whatsoever.
Sixth
in my
Sense
opinion.
was good.
It
Most of the other ones,
just-
like Signs, Swing Away, was good until
was
the
terrible,
last
man.
15 minutes.
Terrible.
Or like, I know you probably haven't seen this either, Ghost. There's literally a movie called Ghost.
I don't know.
Remember the
Yeah.
pottery?
The
Patrick
Pottery
Swayze.
Wheel.
I've
Demi
seen
Moore,
13
Pat-
Ghosts.
What? Oh, yeah. Hey, you've seen
Great
one movie.
movie.
Yeah, it's a fantastic
Great
movie.
movie.
But, he stays behind to help solve his murder.
Right.
So, like, intelligent hauntings are when there's something there that can physically interact. It'll open doors. It'll move. Your keys disappeared and they appear on the other side of the house, kind of thing. Talks to you directly instead of just
I
So
want that.
things like that.
All right.
That would be an intelligent haunting. That's the things that are left behind. If
To
ghosts
me,
are a
that's
thing,
nonsense. To me, and that it's nonsense. Intelligent hauntings.
But-
I think it's ridiculous.
and you don't claim that it was a UFO. It's a UFO because it's unidentified.
Right, I'm not saying that's what it is.
But-
I mean, like I said, with the what was the Fermi paradox? The math on the visible universe suggests that yes, it's there.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've got nothing to go on except for just a belief.
But had you had some crazy experience, like you saw Little
Right.
Green Men or something, if it's actually a thing and you saw it happen,
you got big heads.
how many people do you think would believe you about it?
None.
Exactly.
That's
But
why I
you
feel
would
like
have
I
that
wouldn't say
knowledge.
little green men and heads and the big heads and big eyes. You got to go with
You-
something like
you say that.
wild, right?
You
They
say
have like
that.
lobster claws and fucking
Give them the clamps.
yeah. They give them the clamps. You know what I mean? You got to go with something that no one's ever heard of before.
Yeah.
We'll go with the reptilians and all that shit. They're already here.
But kind of the same thing with ghosts, like people that do experience stuff like that.
Right.
There's a taboo about talking about it because
you're right.
those
I shouldn't
people
say
had-
it's nonsense.
well, not that it's nonsense, because who knows whether it's real or
Right.
not. It could be a hallucination.
Mm.
But the people that have experienced that, are kind of looked at like they're loonies because
Right.
that kind of thing doesn't exist. You're crazy.
Right.
And touching on that, I had a friend of mine last night, Kirsten at work, talked to me briefly about a woman that when she was in nursing and working at the hospital,
She hot? Oh,
she
sorry.
she talked to this lady. That was awesome. What was this? Wow! That was loud. Sorry. There was a lady there and it was in like the psych ward, and Kirsten was going through something with her ex, and it was a very intimate detail that only the two of them knew.
Yeah.
Now, I don't believe in mediums or psychics either, but this lady straight up looked at her as she's going around, and she's like, you need to stop thinking about him. You don't know where you're going, and you've just forgot what you were doing, which is literally what just happened to her. And she was like, excuse me?
Damn.
Like, what the fuck? What?
Right.
And she's like, what he's doing. And then, I'm not going to say it, but gave a very intimate detail that only her and the ex knew was going on. And she did. She had to stop dead in her tracks. Like, how do you know this? Do you know me? Right? Kind of thing. And
Right.
the lady was just like, you already know. And you're not going to do it anyway. And gave her the advice. And in her head already, she was like, I should do that, but I'm not going to do it. It's like she knows me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So how can I discount her? Like how you said, how can I discount another's experience? I can't see that through their eyes. By all accounts, you two could be total figments of my imagination, and I am in
We
just
could be in the
padded
Matrix.
four walls
We could be.
going, ghosts aren't real and I have a podcast.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I don't know.
I'm not buying it fully. Residual hauntings. See, that's what I mean. Scientifically, he's explaining it like it makes sense because it disperses.
Here's where he gets me. When I think one strong point that he gets me on is the fact that when you look at all civilizations, like in the different time eras,
Right, that was a great point.
That
They
let
still
me
believe
tell you
in
something. That is something right there
spirits
that
in
I
the
could
afterworld.
exactly.
Yeah,
that
but I still think it's because we're so afraid of it, or most people are afraid
But-
of it.
but-
I'm okay with
but-
going to bed, right? Death is, or sleep is death without, the commitment,
Yeah.
right? That's the same.
that we know. That we know.
It's
of.
the death-free trial.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
cool with that. Yeah, I'll take a dirt nap forever.
Well, some of us not. So,
I wouldn't.
Just saying. what is Jeremy? What is your favorite Ghostbuster movie?
2.
Number 2.
Ghostbusters 2.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer. It should have been the all-female one. So just
Which
letting you
you've
know.
never seen.
Let me tell you though. I will say that even though I didn't see it, that was probably the best movie ever filmed with the all-woman cast. Yeah, just saying. Ghostbusters.
Slime him, give it.
No. No. Oh god. Oh god.
Actual physical contact.
There we go.
It's great.
Hey, it's the
Give me
most
a
ass
sample.
I've gotten all week. Shit.
Good lord.
So yeah, so Ghostbuster 2, I guess that's pretty much everyone's iconic favorite,
No.
right? No.
I am
Ghostbuster
in,
1.
Original.
I am in
No,
a
the
minority.
original, because that had the Marshmallow Man, right?
I
okay,
had
yeah.
nightmares about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There were times I was like afraid of things that were giant that would eat you,
I
kind of
guess
thing.
it's a good thing I didn't bring that in out of the car, huh?
Oh, that would have been all. You have it in the car?
I have the mascot.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you are part of a big charity group, the Suncoast Ghostbuster.
Yep.
And you do have a thing on Saturday, the Relay for American Cancer Society.
Relay for Life.
Oh, Relay for Life. Sorry, my
The
pen was in
American
the
Cancer
way. I'm
Society
sorry. That's
runs
my
it. Yeah.
apologies.
That's okay.
April 30th?
Yes, Saturday.
This
30th,
Saturday from
Saturday.
5 p.m. to 10 p.m. If anybody wants to join, it is free to go. It is at the
England Brothers Band Shell.
Thank you,
in
because I
Pinellas
can't
Park.
see because my pen's in there and I can't see. There we go. Thank you for helping me. It's at the England Brothers Band Show. It's free to come. All money raised is going to the Relay for Life for the American Cancer Society. How many about how many a year of like charities do you think you guys do?
The 2 big ones we do are Relay for Life,
Mhm.
and then so that runs for like 6 months or so. So once that ends, we switch to the Light the Night Walk, which is with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and then we do that the other half of the year.
Awesome.
And then when that ends, we go back to Relay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
they got the Ecto ones out there.
Yeah, we have several.
It's
Ectos.
impressive.
I know you also do from time to time some. You go to hospitals with kids.
Yep,
or for
we do
kids,
hospital
and you do
visits and
shows
stuff.
like that.
Yep.
That's really awesome, especially like during these times that you're still finding having the inspiration to continue doing stuff like that. I think it says a lot. Not a lot of people do.
Well, it's a lot of fun to dress up and do it anyways,
Right.
especially if you're a huge fan of it. But like Tyler said, do something good with it. So like, I'm one of the few people in my group that just enjoys dressing up just to go do.
Sorry, I just
Random-
nodded to myself like,
Yes.
yes,
Like-
Tyler was right.
Yes.
I just
Well,
caught myself
I mean,
like I
you
looked
were.
at it, I was like,
You're
you
lucky
were
I
right.
can't
did
see.
say
You're
that.
lucky I can't see you.
But like, I enjoy just getting dressed up and going to like a restaurant for dinner.
Right.
Because you walk in and instant like
That's a conversation starter.
the kids well that but like kids and adults, like you'll walk past people and everybody at the table will stop and look at you and everybody laughs or smiles or cracks up about it. So if you can do something that you enjoy and bring joy to other people at the same time, it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you ever get flack from strangers instead of like people? I know
Who's
this
gonna get
Halloween,
pissed?
I'm just saying,
Halloween's
like making
not
fun.
till October.
Right.
Well, who's
Yeah.
gonna get pissed off? He's dressed up as a
Well, not that,
Ghostbuster.
but just
like,
not
being
pissed-
douchebags.
not pissed off,
Like, they
but
just
yeah,
want to make
there's
fun
always
of people
douchebags.
for right.
There's always going to be douchebags.
Like
But,
sorry, like look, have a bunch of hot chicks walk in with Ghostbuster outfits on, I guarantee you
hell
they're gonna
yeah.
be like, yeah, I love Ghostbusters. Let me see that trap, girl.
Will
what's
would
up?
bust something. Yeah.
Oh yes, I would.
Busting makes me feel good.
Real quick before we go, you also are on Twitch at Ghostbuster J. You also stream video games. Is that correct?
Yep. Every once in a while.
It's just strictly video games, right? That you do.
So
I
far.
did the Ghostbuster
Okay.
video game. Watched play Vanguard the other night.
Yep. So
Okay.
far, it's just video games. Eventually, probably
Zombies
start.
on
Yep,
Cold War. Yeah.
Okay.
probably
Alright.
start doing some videos at conventions and stuff
Do-
on there eventually too. But
That'd be good, mate. You know what you should do which would be awesome. Just an idea. I see this a lot on Twitch. They have IRLs when they go to like racetracks, or a lot of these like stupid females have IRLs when they go out to restaurants, like have a date with me, sort of bullshit. But
I would
for
do
like,
that,
but like
yeah.
but like one of your charity events, you could do something like an
Ghostbusters.
IRL at like one of your Ghostbuster charity events or something. Just an idea. I've seen that. I don't know if that would be
I
something.
would not sit in a booth with Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
no,
Dude, seriously.
I'd ride him.
Even in dreams,
I
where
know.
nothing scary's happening, and it's like my mind, it just popped in there. You know,
what just popped in there?
I couldn't help it. And it just, I hear it in the distance. Boom, and then the roof comes off, and then he's just like,
It's Jay the River.
yeah, yes. If Jimmy,
Well, Jeremy, it has been loads of fun. I've had a great time. I'm very glad to see you again. I know it's been a while.
yeah, it's been a while.
And I really want to appreciate you taking the time to come here.
Yeah, thanks
I
for
know,
having
I
me.
know you were a very busy person. You have a lot of stuff going on. Again, you can follow him on Facebook at Crossing the Streams with Ghostbusters.
That's such a
Ghostbuster
fantastic.
J.
Oh, Ghostbuster J. Sorry, I keep.
That's
yeah.
still Crossing
I can't,
the Streams is
I
still-
can't read my own
it would be
handwriting.
bad.
Also, check him out on YouTube, Ghostbuster J 86, and he is also on Twitch at Ghostbuster J. So you can't get enough of him. You have to subscribe to all of them. I mean, you just can't get enough of them.
And thank you for their complex well, not necessarily answers, but explanations, or simple explanations for complex answers, I should say, where I can sit there and like, right, watching those videos, I was like, damn.
It gets
The
you
residual
thinking.
one, I was like, fuck.
It gets you
You
thinking.
got me. Because, and speaking of ghost movies, I watched 1408 last week.
Good movie.
It was free. You ever seen Room 1408?
No.
John Cusack and Samuel
No.
Jackson. Fantastic.
No.
He's a skeptic. He's a ghost writer. He stays in.
Sorry, I have to breathe, dude. This mouse is getting me.
I hope he becomes my residual.
Dude,
haunting.
this-
When you answered the internet and I said if you could haunt anyone, he said me. So
Dude, this sheet is like getting me hot and
you
sweaty.
look like Macho Man Randy
Oh
Savage.
my God.
He's back from the dead.
This is so
Speaking of
hot.
which, have those intelligence and residual ever coincided? Has there ever been a case?
Oh yeah. No,
That's
you
what I
can,
mean.
You can
Like,
have
what if-
residual and intelligence.
Like, what if Mike Tyson dies and I'm on a JetBlue flight?
Is he gonna pummel you? On
Right,
the
all of a
flight?
sudden I'm just boom, boom, like it's the
That would
Invisible
wake-
Man
that
kicking
would
the
wake
shit
If
out
it
of
was
us.
that plane, would have to be
Oh,
that plane.
but he died in that plane. If he died in that plane.
It would have
Would
to
he
be
have to
that
die
plane.
in the plane?
That
Yeah.
plane.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have to. It's
His
not like-
energy doesn't stay there even though he released energy there?
Oh shit.
That could be.
I don't know.
Could
Oh
be.
shit.
Now, right? What if behind every corner there's a Mike
Just
Tyson
get
punch
punched by
waiting
Mike
for
Tyson.
me?
Listen, at the end of the
That's not
day,
very nice to wish on.
at the end of the day, do not pick on Mike Tyson. He will fuck you up.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Okay?
Moral of the
Enough.
story.
That's
Yeah.
the moral of the story.
And he was a Florida man. Surprise, surprise.
And he was drunk. What else is new?
Surprise. Well, I mean, Florida man. I mean, that's
Jeremy,
redundant.
Jeremy, thank you as always for
Thank you,
coming.
Jeremy.
Thank
I
you for
would
having
love
me
to.
on.
I would love to have you on again. You're always welcome
Hell
whenever
yeah.
you want to. Whenever you got stuff to promote.
I'm gonna
Again,
make
if
some
you guys are free,
burgers, like, this is
if
what
you
we do
guys are
after a
free
show.
this Saturday night from 5 to 10 at the England Brothers Band Show. They are doing a charity for Relay for Life for American Cancer Society. Please come out. You will see Jeremy here with his gang. They also have the Ghostbuster card too, by the way.
Yep.
Just so you guys know.
And there's gonna be
So-
superheroes and stuff there too.
Yes, so please come out if you are free.
Don't look at
Jeremy,
the
thank
trap.
you again.
Thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you for having
Thank you all for coming back. Thank you for subscribing. We've noticed it's already gone up to 160.
Yes, thank you.
The views we're almost at 4,000 views. Thank you guys for that. over 250 followers on Instagram.
That's right.
Thank you guys so much. We had no idea that anybody would really pay attention.
That's right.
And it's nice to have friends involved that are also doing similar projects like that. So it really is a lot of fun. Now, I know you have different sign-offs for your episodes. So why don't you go ahead and take us out?
If it goes bump in the night, we'll make it right.
Oh, God.